There it is. We're live. Oh, there's one person. I forgot to turn it to public, and so we didn't have anybody in here.
Anybody waiting? Yeah, I couldn't find the video, so I figured it wasn't public yet.
I've been behind all week.
Yeah. Right? Everything's kind of backwards and behind.
Yes.
It's been a weird week.
So we'll wait 5 minutes or so.
Johnny, did you find your
for joining us?
Did you find your hand cards?
I did.
You did. The creepy dead hand in the cage.
I'm saving it just for what you call it. If it pops up now.
Wait, is time set back today? Or no, it's forward, right?
I'm supposed to do it
Forward 1 hour.
automatically, but I don't
Spring forward, fall back.
Yeah, because we have everything's digital now, so it just does it itself. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
My microwave, my oven, everything updated itself. So I don't even know. I forgot that we were supposed to.
See, mine doesn't. My microwave, my oven, and my car are. Well, I didn't drive anywhere today. Tomorrow I'll get in my car and I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's only 8. Why? It's only 2:00 in the morning. It's not going to be this roll. Is it going to be open? What am I doing?
I wish they just stopped doing it. It makes me feel a little out of whack.
It does make you go out of whack. It does. It's hard to adjust. We have trouble with when the sun goes down sometimes around.
Hey, Beth. Beth has another test scheduled March 30th, so y'all put her in the prayer circle. Manifest a passing grade.
You know what? I'll put her on the candle right now. Beth?
Yeah, Beth. Beth Cat.
You're the best, Ona.
I saved some room for latecomers.
Make sure I ain't burning my house down back there.
Yeah, no, I moved that at night over to my stove.
I have an incense, but it's burning. It's on the second window instead of the top one because that's where all the shiny stuff is. I don't want ashes up there. So make sure I ain't burning nothing. So I hope you all well out there, wherever you are.
Even Lucky Girl had trouble finding us.
Yeah, it wasn't public, so nobody could find it. I just put it public like all of 2 minutes ago.
We got you, Rhonda. We'll put you in the healing circle. And your husband.
The season changing has been bothering me.
Oh my!
Outside it's 61. I go back outside it's 53, and then I go back outside it's 10. So
my sinuses are getting activated, but Lucy is quite happy because the snow is finally melted and her catnip is starting to come up. So every day she's got to go out and check on the catnip.
Hi, good vibes. I sent the toys to Artie, Lucy, and Moosey. The toys should be there sometime this week.
Thank you, good vibes.
Thank you, good vibes. I'm sure Moose is going to love his little toy. And he's very good.
Moose squeaks. He has a squeaky toy.
Oh, Moose has a squeaky. Thank you. He's really good with his toys. Like, he doesn't rip them up or anything. He just carries them around wherever he goes. So he's good.
It was the lady at the UPS store. She said, "Do you want to put bubble wrap or anything in there?" I said, "These are for cats and dogs." So no. The moment they get there, they're going to look pretty bad. So no.
We got you, Bright Opal. Anybody that needs to be in the healing circle, you can just comment on any video on my channel. We put you in the healing circle because we've got all the subscribers and healing energy to you.
Well, I sent them out, and if Kathy D is here too, She sent another thing to be shipped out that has also gone out last week, so that probably should be here or be there next week too.
Yes, this is Artie over here on the side.
And these
Big Billy. You know, we're down to 2 cats in the house. So I still feed them 1 can of cat food at night. They get hard food the rest of the day. And Lucy doesn't change how much she eats. No matter how much you give her, she eats that much. Artie is pigging out because he's getting more now that we only have 2 in the house.
King of the castle now.
Did Artie dump me for Karen's kitty cats?
I don't know. He didn't seem intrigued by them, so I think you still got him, Becca.
Okay.
We can ask that at the end if you want to do a funny question at the end. Has Artie dumped Becca?
Yeah, I got dumped by Artie because her cat has the most beautiful blue eyes I have ever seen on a cat. I mean, they're like this vibrant, crazy blue. They're gorgeous. But I got dumped, y'all. Artie dumped.
Karen has 2 beautiful ragdoll cats. One of them's named Dolly. I forget. Princess was the other one.
Yeah.
Pearl's a rag doll, wherever he is, somewhere.
Well, speaking of rag dolls, let's start with Mitch McConnell then.
Let's start.
There's the segue.
Sometimes they wobble and just fall down. So let's do an update on if he is still, I guess, set to lead the Senate, maybe early. We can ask, will he? Just to be fair, will he lead the Senate?
Let's put a time frame on it, like in the next 6 months. Will he leave in the next 6?
Universe.
Oh, walking away right on the bottom. Abandoning his post.
The tile that's flipped up, it's the sun. So maybe I'll take that as a yes.
I'm going to say 2 months.
Nailed it. 2 months.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2 months. I get moving on. The challenge are the secrets that he's keeping because he's doing inspiration for who will get the new job. And these are also 2 yes cards. Who'll replace him and trying to change the laws down there in Kentucky. It's going to happen faster than 6 months. I get 2 months. Somebody's going to take an action against him though, because he's going to be having to defend himself in that time frame. So it'll be interesting if he gets like a lawsuit or something or indicted.
What are you getting, Miss Ona?
The first card I got in this deck is usually these are people that have crossed over, or it's travel. It's 6 of swords, so that's definitely moving on.
He's halfway there. He's rotting.
Right, exactly. Really, honestly, maybe somebody will take them. And I have 2 pentacles, and these are winter. It's usually a lot longer. But that was what I heard, and it might have been from Jen's cards, but it was 2 months. I heard 2 months, and that's things to balance out, going home, right? And it might be a little bit of a surprise, like, oh, Mitch. I mean, not to us, but
I get that there's user feedback in regards to multiple little opportunities here, but if you look, this is number 2 for the clover. This is number 22, so the number 2 is very significant. So, it ends in an action card. There's a split here. Someone leaves, so there's good luck there.
I'm still
What'd you
behind.
get, Johnny?
I forgot to put owner's information in the thing.
Oh.
So if the moderators, pretty please and thank you, could repost this link throughout the chat, I would appreciate it very much. I pinned it to the top, but I don't
Thank
know
you.
if it drops all the time. But if you want to subscribe, no, excuse me, just go subscribe to Honest Tarot. There's the link right there. You have no excuse. Okay, thank you. So I get the job here with the Eight of Pentacles. There is stress, worry, anxiety, and then there's the Two of Cups. What he is worried about the most right now is who replaces him, which is what the next question is. So he's worried about his influence and the things that he can do and cannot do. I get 2 months too. There's something that's already kind of off the ground. You may be walking away in about 2 months, walking away, falling down, which you take your pick.
Slithering away.
Maybe that's the only way he gonna get forward. He can't get back up. Just slither on your belly. That's how God wanted you. And then there's the 10 of Wands. So this is stuck, can't move, and just like this person on the tile, they can't get up either. So I'm being petty because I don't like you, so you can take this with a grain of salt. But yeah, I still think that he's on the way out. So what the next question is, will he have an influence over who replaces him? Will that actually work?
It's funny. I like to read on people I don't like.
I'm not invested in their fate. It's like I don't want to give you the nice answer sometimes.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Oh, thank you, Sylvia. And thank you. Sylvia bought me all this back here. So thank
you, Sylvia.
So thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia.
And the frame fits perfectly the picture that I got.
Sylvia, Johnny's personal decorator.
I needed one.
Between Sylvia and me sending Johnny all this stuff, you guys see that ginormous evil eye back there? I got one for Johnny and Jenny. For Johnny and Jenny's birthday coming up. I'm still waiting for them to be delivered because they're coming from Turkey. They're handmade. And that thing's about this big. And Johnny said, I'm going to wear it like a necklace. I'm like,
I'm going to wear it. I guarantee you I am.
It looks little behind you, but when you get it up close to the camera, you can see it's like plate size, like a salad plate size.
Flavor.
That's what I said. I'm looking like with this huge evil eye on you.
You wait and see.
You know, and then we wonder why people think there's aliens out there because you've got these this eye coming out of you. I love it though. I love that. Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
How many different ways can Spirit show me Mitch is leaving? We know he's gone. A zillion cards. Moving on, going on, leaving. Bye bye.
By your belly or your black car. I'll take either one.
Don't let the door hit your ass.
Feet first, probably, maybe. I don't know.
As they play dirge music as he leaves the Senate for the last time.
That's how you go. That's the best luck. You don't want to leave head first. You want to leave feet first.
Yeah. He's definitely working on who gets the new job, but he's in a fight for it. He's having some trouble. I get like he influenced, like he already knows who he wants, but he's fighting to get those laws changed, and he's not sure if he's going to get it. His fortunes are changing, and then it's like, bye-bye, see ya, you're going quick, you're pack your bags, you're out of here, move on. But there's something he's working on in secret that he's going to get a surprise. He is not going to get the Republican he wanted. So there's an agreement between the governor and someone else, and it looks like it might be a woman.
Yes.
Which one was that?
Queen of Cups.
No, that's what I got there.
I think it might be a woman, but it's like a shock to Mitch. Like, how did that happen? And he slithers away.
What do you get, Ona?
It is. I have the Empress, so he's working. The plan is with a woman. There's definitely a woman, and somebody. And I don't think we're going to be surprised who it is. Somebody we know. It's karmic, okay. But again, we've got like they're left out. This is not a good option. Maybe they find out some dirty business. I don't know, but they get left out.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney, for the artist and food fund for Johnny. I get stars, coffin, birds. No, it's something that he's trying to negotiate, but there's no success. If anything, he may still be trying to negotiate how they close off maps. So, I mean, I thought he already had Kentucky gerrymandered to the moon. How can you possibly close more maps? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
only allow Republicans to vote.
yeah.
If you're a registered Dem, you won't get to vote at all. No. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. I got the Ace of Pentacles. There's the opportunity presents itself, the Fool, to get involved and do something about his replacement. There, however, is a huge fight. This is one that's behind the scenes here with the High Priestess, so we don't exactly see this one playing out in public.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you'll hear about it naturally, but this is not something that you're going to get a bunch of statements and this and that on. There's a new leader with the King of Wands, and I get the Queen of Cups. I think there's a woman coming in. I don't know if she replaces or if she's just appointed by the Democratic governor, which is an odd thing to say in Kentucky. But I do get the Tower and the Nine of Wands. So there is, bam, bam, kaboom. So, and then there's this struggle to even contain your own strength.
Can we ask it this way just to make sure? Because I find it hard to believe that he can't rig Kentucky to make that Dem governor.
I get Eight of Swords as the last card. What was your alternate question?
Can we ask, will a Democrat replace him in the Senate? Just want to reconfirm what we're getting. You know, what'd be funny is if they put somebody like Rand Paul's neighbor in.
The guy that punched him in the face or something? Yeah.
Because he didn't like the way he cut his grass, or what was that? Like,
I can't even remember now, but like put him in there to drive Rand Paul crazy.
Oh, interesting.
What are you getting, Ona?
I got 10 of coins for the first card. So if the Democrats are, it's not a Democrat replacing them. I think there's like they want to, but I don't know. In this deck, they're all in 1 yard, right? They're all behind a wall in this deck. Everybody's inside. Nobody's outside having fun. No, 6 of Cups reversed.
You got yours, Becca?
Yeah, I get tree, sun, and storks. There's a good chance because there's something here that grows, that is successful and has energy that makes an improvement. And the question was, will a Democrat replace Mitch? I'm getting a successful change here.
Mm-hmm.
There's something really weird going on with it, though. Because like somebody is really disgusted with what happens. Like the plan is to put a Democrat in, the challenge is to have the power to do it. And it's like kind of wonky, 50-50 and a little bit unclear. Mitch moves on. They do something like they usually do, which tells me they'll try to put a Republican in there, like a Trump supporter. And then something changes. It's like there's corruption involved. It's a loser person. It's like something in secret, a big surprise that comes out. And boom, I get a Democrat and celebrating. So I think this is going to be a really convoluted road to get a Dem in there.
Wow.
Get over
Crazy.
That's exactly what I get. I get the lovers. So I asked the yes or no, and I got a yes. But if I read them, I get the lovers and the Queen of Pentacles. So we have a like-minded person who happens to be a woman. However, the devil is involved. There's a whole bunch of grossness and ickiness and lies and this. And this might even be a person who comes with the baggage or two. Mm-hmm. And so there might be something that can be vetted and come out that's not so squeaky clean, and you know how that goes. And so they'll have something to use against her and say, well, she, took money from David Koch or whoever, something like that. Yeah. To where she has something that isn't going to look so squeaky clean. And then there's also going to be a dirty tricks campaign, how they do when people are in politics, period. So yeah, I get that there will be a woman there, but it will be a weird road to get her there. That's even if, she doesn't pull a 360 and say, well, if I can't choose, I'm not going, type of thing. But his health may force him to, which is our next question. Can we do a reading on his health?
With pleasure.
For those in the chat that were saying the tiles, these were gifted to me from Johnny. Johnny over there from Etsy. So big thanks to Johnny for
that. Something Sawyer. I forget her name.
Jamie Sawyer.
Jamie Sawyer.
Well, we know he's got issues with clotting factors, and that's all I can taste right now.
Thank you, Pam.
Yeah, ugh. All right, a quick Mitch. That's a quickie assessment.
Mitch, you're in bad shape.
Right?
Yeah, I have the card of abundance on the bottom. It's like an abundance of problems.
Yeah.
He's got spine issues and all kinds of skeletal issues, his legs and arms, his extremities, everything about his skeletal system is just chaos. So it's kind of going back to that Lenormand spread I pulled that day, Becca, on him, everything to do with the skeletal system. And then his nerves from his brain, his central nervous system is misfiring. It's like stealing from him. It's misfiring to his skeletal system. That's why he keeps falling. That's why he keeps losing his balance. It's also starting to affect his speech. I also get that he has intestinal issues and kidney issues and something too low in his blood, which he's taking something for. So
it's all related.
And the stomach issues, his whole digestive tract shot. A little bit of lunacy. I don't think he's clear thinking anymore. I think he's all shot.
I'd love to look at his chart right now. See if any of this matches up. I have all connective tissue things also. Bone, skin, accidents from the top, accidents from the bottom, tripping, getting dizzy. Actually, one part, I do 2 parts for the brain, right and left, is the tower card. So sudden things, falling, circulation, all the minerals, malabsorption, stuff going on in his stomach. He's a big giant mess. He's just a big mess. Migraines, everything.
It all goes back to his having polio when he was younger.
Connective tissue.
Yeah, lungs and all that.
That's exactly what I get. I did a box spread with the tree in the middle. I get hands with the letter, legs with the writer, and then it's key, tree, child. So it's something that's significant that he's had since childhood that's health related. And then down the center, it's letter, tree, and ring. So it's something routine. It goes around and around like a routine checkups, but it's this thing is persistent though. And I see the colon and upper and lower intestines as well with the snake, but it's something that has caused him problems persistently since childhood. With this right here, key, tree, and child. It affects hands, legs, perhaps circulation as well with the ring, but it's routine. It happens over and over again. It's persistent. It doesn't go away. That's what I get.
Did he have rheumatic fever also, or just polio?
I think just polio, but after a Lenormand spread that I pulled that I called Becca about, I was reading on what happens to the adult body when you had polio, when you were younger, and you have trouble breathing, you have cognitive trouble, you fall a lot, you have you lose your muscle.
Muscle weakness and stuff.
Yeah, muscle weakness and stuff. You just fall all the time. And what did you get, Johnny?
Rheumatic fever stuff too.
I got the same. I got judgment, so this is something that reoccurs.
Mm-hmm.
Got 6 of Cups, so there is your childhood thing. I also, I hear something is cancerous, but it was something that has been beaten before, so it also has reoccurred, or it is also back. There is also something in his gut or esophageal tract. Am I saying that right? He has trouble swallowing, but there's something wrong with the gut part too. So this whole street,
the muscles of the esophagus,
something here is all screwed up too. There's almost like when you swallow and then something contracts. That's what, because I get the hangman and that's what it's telling me. He is like when he goes to swallow certain things,
chokes,
contracts. But that's what it gets. So there's stomach, something cancerous, and then something that returns from his childhood too, or at the very least, it's an effect from his childhood. So, post Senate, after he leaves the Senate, what will his life be like? Will he ride off into the sunset, go play with his grandchildren who also don't like him? Or what would he do?
Go visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't golf, so.
He only tried to kill you, so I'll go hang out with him. That's what I do.
After. I'll just pull one oracle on that.
Hang out by the pool, make a couple of bourbon drinks.
Because that's what you need when you can't stand up straight already.
Yeah.
Okay.
First card.
Go hang out with Trump.
Something different. The first card I got was spirit. So I'm going to try and clean that up a little bit here.
Is he going to see Jesus? I see no CG as
Go ahead.
a judgment card.
Last judgment here.
We both got it at the same time.
Transitioning.
Okay. I
Man.
got judgment and the Hierophant. I really can't. So. Okay.
That might be the call, that he had that lifelong career, and then as soon as you retire, you die, right? Because it broke your heart to leave or something. I don't know how to clean this up, guys. I'm telling you. Don't scrape the spirit.
Actually, what you got, Jen? Let me hush.
I start with the moon card. So I don't think he knows completely what he's going to do. Now, with the Trump card, I get he's going to try to get power over Trump, like within the party, and within from Trump supporters within the Republican Party, he's going to try to get power away from Trump. But he's got transitioning and the last judgment cards there. I'm going to leave those where they're at. He's talking to like-minded people. He's trying to fight for the party. But it's like he's stuck. He's trapped. He's confined and constricted and burdened, because he's an old man. So there's not a lot he can do. And then there's some sort of collaboration that he's in on the planning stages. And then I have thievery and, like the court's coming after him. Something about something from overseas. So taking money from overseas again or something. But I don't think he's going to last too long once he's out. I don't think he has time to work on much.
God.
If I were doing a personal reading for Mitch, I'd say, get your affairs in order.
Yeah.
Daddy, he's
Have you told people exactly?
Yeah.
Have you told people what you want to do after you're gone?
Yeah.
Have you had that conversation with your family yet? I would too. I would tell them that.
What'd you get, Becca?
I get that he's still going to try to maintain power over the elections, even though we may not see it. And also several areas here with Bear, several areas where he's getting resources and financing, but still trying to have some sort of power or control over elections, because he has a lot of knowledge on how to be a sneaky little bastard when it comes to what's being talked about, how to manipulate conversations, how to manipulate, still get your agenda out through propaganda. And he's still sneaky and sly enough when it comes to working the system and finding loopholes to manipulate for elections here. I still see him having some influence, but not directly. It's kind of behind the scenes is what I get. That I don't see tickets to the park though. Dang it.
So I'm going to alter all of the meanings of all of these tiles right now. Because I got every card for transition, I got it. I got 6 of Swords is a transition, Chariot is a transition, Judgment is a transition. I got all 3. So I'm going to read this differently. The 6 of Swords will say he's moving on, right? He's post-Senate, right? So then there is the 10 of something. What is this? 10 of Wands. And then the Chariot. His progress is slowed by actions that he wants to take post-Senate. He is, I think right now, with him, I kind of get the Paul Ryan thing to where he's going to go maybe work for, because Paul Ryan works for Fox News, in case nobody knows. And so he may go out and try to do some sort of thing to whip up erratic energy with that Knight of Swords, because they got to rally the base, and they believe that Trump is now the new base. Otherwise, they would have got rid of him a long time ago. So they're trying to do that type of thing, but there is also something stopping him from doing that, because I get the 2 of Swords. He's blocked here, and then I get the 5 of Cups. So I think he has a personal trauma that he has to deal with first, because he is blocked not by the outside, but from the inside. The Five of Cups is a emotional reckoning type card. It is to let you know that you have not lost everything, but you can't see that because you're too busy grieving over what you think you lost everything. And so he's going to have a personal reckoning that he has to deal with. The Four of Pentacles, then he's going to have to sort of cloister back down and take care of himself first, house and home, and then yourself and all that type of stuff. And then he is going to try to exert some sort of influence with Judgment and the Hierophant back into the government. But this is a long ways out, and pray for longevity. That's all I say, because right now the 10 of Wands is not an easy time to get over. So you have a lot that you're going to have to do to take care of yourself first before you go try to exert influence back in the government. Homeboy. Thank you, Gigi. One last Mitch-ish question. His ex-wife, Sherelle Redmond, says she's going to write a memoir or a tell-all book, however you want to look at it. So
they were married.
Be in it, I'll say.
They were married from 1968 to 1980.
And he had all his children with her, I do believe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda P.
Okay. And what was the question? Is she going to disclose?
What's going to be in the book? Like, what is she going to talk about?
Oh. And why is she doing it now?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's an interesting question right there. Is she trying, because his daughters can't stand him. So is she trying to get at him before he dies? What's going to be in it?
Oh no, Freda.
oh, he left her, huh? Yep.
You know, it's like on the Dark Night of the Soul card. It looks like a kid with polio. She's going to talk about his illness. She's going to talk about what a loser he is and how erratic he is, how he gets to higher ground, how unbalanced he is. And I think this is physically unbalanced, like that he probably was falling even back then. But she's got some surprising information about gifts of money and strength that come, looks to me like from Russia, like where his money comes from, and from foreign leaders that offer him help. Basically, she's going to talk about Trump's victory and the Republican Party also, and how things have changed within the Republican Party.
Thank you, Janie, and thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. What you get on?
I have, there's going to be stuff about their marriage, how she was isolated, left alone, be at the Five of Cups and the, which one is this? The Three of Wands. And that in his career came before everything else. So this was right next to her feeling, being all like alone, and how he pursued that. And he seems like he was pretty controlling in the marriage, and that'll be mentioned too. I've got like King of Swords, Eight of Swords. And her, this card, like looking up. This is Judgment, looking up at these, feeling bound, feeling controlled by somebody who sort of maybe he put her in her place or that kind of thing. It looks like he left her. That it was, yeah, he was. It's going to be more some personal stuff. I got more personal stuff then, but that's how he advanced his career. That's how it's sort of like split off.
I'm getting that there's going to be a lot there about how he is not friendly. He is untrustworthy. This is a person who is extremely underhanded and is always thinking about how to get the win, and how he just will do and say and manipulate everything to get what he wants here. Gaslighting, perhaps traits of narcissism here with a person that, I don't want to say straight up narcissism, but there is significant gaslighting right in the middle here. He's underhanded completely in all areas, just underhanded, very underhanded. So
for those asking, we are talking about, thank you, John. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Crazy Cat Lady. And thank you, Letitia. We are talking about Mitch's ex-wife, Sherelle Redmond. She's going to write a book. So we're just taking a look at what's going to be in the book. So first there is sort of early life, how she's going to go into her early life. I get her here, and then I get the Empress and the Fool, like how her life began. And she grew up in a farm in middle of USA, and so that type of thing. And then she met a manipulative car salesman named Mitch McConnell, and that type of thing. She might have had a boyfriend at the time and then thought, okay, let me go this route instead of that route. Or something like that. I get that feeling there. Then their early years, he had some sort of, I guess it's pill, because it's not cocaine. I keep getting white substance, like white something, but I think it's a pill. It's not like I don't know. I wasn't there, but I can just tell you she's going to shine some light upon his addictions and his behaviors in their early life, to where she may have thought, I made a terrible mistake. But at that point in time, she kind of had that Edith Bunker syndrome, to where stick by your man, and I don't think I can do myself by myself type of thing. And, and so she's going to highlight the way he was before we met him even.
So what you're saying is, Johnny, if I may, that he's over there at the donut shop with Junior.
Because his devil is attached to his morality. So this is going to be horrible things. Like, he might have a little snort, sniff. I don't know. He may swallow his pain. I don't know what it does, but she's going to highlight it, whatever it may be, allegedly. Then there's also going to be something about religious posturing as well, to where he did not believe the things he said he did, or he put on a show for the church people, or he pretended. I guess it may also have something to do with this, that he pretended all the while he was this, honorable church-going person, when he was the center at the back of the church type of thing. There's also going to be some like big events, horrible events, like him maybe contracting something, maybe she wrecked the car, he wrecked the car, or something of that nature. So these are going to be the big tent poles of horrible things that have happened in life. So she'll sort of highlight those as well. She is going to talk about the deterioration of their marriage, and how this was also in her mind, sickness and health, rich or poor, that type of thing was really important, because I said she had the Edith Bunker syndrome, but something came to her and said that's what divorce is for. And so I guess she was fine with not being with him even though I think he is the one who probably more than likely walked out because he probably had somebody on the side. Because again, his morality is attached to
Yeah,
them. He has no honor. So, I mean, come on. And so I think she's going to highlight the deterioration of their marriage and when she first saw it happen, too.
I just pulled some cards on why now. Why is she doing it now? Like she said, they've been divorced since 1980. She had a lot of time to write a book. And it's treachery and betrayal. It's like she sees him as treacherous, and this is definitely, she planned to wait until he was leaving the Senate. She has always gotten shrift from him or whatever, like he's only given her the crumbs. And she's ready to move into action. She's been constricted before now. So for whatever reason, she wasn't able to freely talk before. And now she's got the opportunity, and she's bringing out all the disgusting things and what a loser he is and shining a light on everything. She was waiting for him to leave the government to pass judgment and shine a light on everything he did.
Well, speaking of losers, let's go to the president, Donald Trump. So he said the RNC, the NRCC, the NRSC cannot use his image for fundraising purposes without his permission. So he sent a cease and desist. Well, his lawyer sent a cease and desist letter, which the RNC promptly threw in the trash because they can use your image because you are a Republican president. And so they can use you for fundraising purposes. So they are now starting to hold events at Mar-a-Lago. I guess that's sort of a meeting in the middle type thing.
It's kind of funny because Trump kept using music in his rallies that he didn't have permission to use over and over and over again.
Right.
So now he actually control the RNC or the GOP. Does he control the Republican Party still? Lindsey Graham says he has magic. He can either destroy us or unite us. And he feels like it's kind of a hostage situation. And I'm like, he's one person. I get that he has a base and that base is crazy, but it's still more of you than it is of them. So does he control the GOP still? Are they still loyal to Donald? And then I have a follow-up question for that too. Because it's interesting. You don't want them to use your image to raise money, but you want money from them.
And he likes his image to be out there as much as possible, because bad publicity is as good as good publicity to him.
Huh.
Well, I'm back. There's such an imbalance in the GOP, and Trump is causing that imbalance. The challenge is the donors. Trump does not control the donors. He's the party boy, so he's out having a good time and, moves their agenda forward, whatever it is, because they don't really have one. But ultimately, it looks like he walks away from the Republicans, and sets up like his own party. Like, look at me, I'm over here now. So I think that's part of why the Republicans are so afraid. I think he will pull out of the Republican Party.
Where'd you get on?
This one flipped around, so I'm using this as a significator. And in the past, we've got where he was home. He was that. And then the same sort of thing, we've got I'm a great guy, and I'll help you in your career kind of thing. But he's just throwing dust in their face. He's blurring the lines. He's not powerful, but it's like they're letting him think he is. Still with the GOP here, trying to reach out, but it's like, and then the last card is readiness, the Page of Swords. So like maybe starting something new, like he wants to tangent it and do his own sort of thing. But the power for the GOP is sort of weakening. That's what I got.
He'd certainly like to control all that money, which means nobody would get money to run on their re-elections.
Right.
Which I say, go ahead and appease them all you want, because then that's more GOP people you all can't support in the upcoming elections. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I get no. There's pressure or huge problems here with quite possibly the base, the entourage, but it's diminishing. He has no power over them. It's diminishing. And it's also talking about thievery. He takes away from here.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, he doesn't have power. They're either worried of losing the base, or they're worried about the stealing, or they're using it to steal from the base here. But no, he doesn't have power. At least I get no.
So there is an extreme burden that Donald Trump places on the GOP.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot do anything about it because at the moment he is there. When I was pulling the cards, I kept getting the image of, so there's these like the whitewater rapids where the water is going so quickly that you either need to be in something or holding on to something. So there's a person clinging to a rock. And kind of like when in Rome, so since you can't get out of the water because it would take you too fast if you let go of the rock, you might as well kick your feet. So they're in this trap with Donald Trump. He is their modern day Chains of Amistad type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the support is what they're trying to garner here with the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups. They want those people, and mind you, some of their directives for the GOP may be coming from elsewhere, saying support him, keep supporting him. We've been supporting him since 1983, so make sure that you continue to do so. Make sure he's still in the public sphere, because he is erratic, yes, with the Knight of Swords, but he does have the support of the crazies. And that's kind of all they really want, is not even the presidency, they just want discord. And so some of them are just fine with him being there because he creates the type of chaos that they thrive from. That the only reason you have a Marjorie Taylor Greene is because Donald Trump existed. And so they're kind of embedding our government and our politics with the crazy people, because that's all he's really for. But he has no actual power. It's just the chaos is what they want. They don't really care about him. I mean, he's just the latest person. It could be anybody. So, no real power. But what I want to know then, is he running for anything, or is he just stealing money from the RNC? Because he's taking money from them.
Grifting everybody, Johnny. Grifting everybody.
So, are you running, or are you just taking money? You're holding events for what? What is it? 5 of Wands. That's all I'm thinking. Money.
It's like 4 years into bankruptcy. And then they'll have no money left to run anybody else either.
Should I say go ahead? Go ahead.
Use it all up.
It's like, what I don't understand is he cost you the House, he cost you the Senate, he cost you the presidency. He already he hit the Titanic into the iceberg, and they're still like, let's do more of that. I understand.
We can patch it up. Where's the bubble gum? We can patch it. As I pull
the Trump Navy will get out there and sink the whole Republican Party.
So this is he going to run or is he just talking to deaf ears?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He's done. Is he gonna run? No. Death on the bottom. It's like he's planning to, but something is going to change, and because people are going to be turning on him, offering stuff up, whistleblowers, the courts are coming after him. He's going to be in the battle of his life here, and because of national security, the courts and everybody are going to take action on him. He's going to be locked down. If not in jail, he's going to be locked down to where he cannot threaten our national security. He is out, and he's a little loony, and he's going to be spending all his time in courts because he's a loser and he's one and done. And I'm going to go warm my tea up while y'all read.
What you get, Ona?
You know what I got. You know what I got, Johnny. You know what I got. And you know I love you, and I don't want you to get kicked off YouTube. But I got the card.
Oh my God, Ona!
He's just pushing his agenda.
Wait a minute. Put it up there again.
Is it okay? What's going to be the outcome? Oh, no. Oh, baby. I'm going to get him kicked off YouTube.
What card is that?
He's talking about it, but he's falling on deaf ears. He's talking up a game, right? He's talking up a game. Same stuff, gaslighting, running around, saying stuff without any direction. And they're listening to the BSer.
What is that? Ona, is that card called the pedal pusher?
The flower pusher.
The flower pusher.
Forced entry. I don't think he's gonna run.
Oh, Ona.
It's right here. I'm like, oh my God. I'm gonna get
No, I was watching from my phone. You know how I watched from my phone? I was like, oh, gosh, you got that card.
That's what showed up. And it showed up actually for the second impeachment also that I sent privately because,
to me, you sent it to me and I sent it to them. I was like, you guys will not believe the card that I put up.
Lord Jesus.
We were like, that deck is some kind of special.
For those of you that were in the chat, I think it was Tres Leche. That is the Euronymous Bach deck, right, Ona?
Hieronymus Bosch, yeah.
Hieronymus Bosch. Mm-hmm.
I love it. But oh my goodness, I have to charge up that card's charged.
Charged. Labeled. It's your Trump card now.
It is the Trump card. Now that'll be the one. Whenever it shows up, it'll be, oh yeah, it'll remind me of those days.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
But that's how he's so forceful, That's like that forceful personality that you just, you don't know how to react to it sometimes. So you just acquiesce. You're like, okay.
I get, no, he's not going to run for anything. He's just abusing. there's contracts or agreements that he knows about, and he knows how to abuse the system. He's just an abuser. Like he's that flower pusher, like Ona's.
Well, you know, opium comes from flowers.
And you can get it in suppository form too.
You can grow flowers and manure, so there you go too.
Absolutely.
Here with the Two of Cups, and wait a minute, I think I screwed this up here. There we go. No, well, it doesn't matter. So here with the Two of Cups and the Death card, his business relationships are about to undergo a change. I think what's happening right now is here with the Moon card, he has given them the impression, never the confirmation, just the impression that he is going to stand for re-election.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, we can win in 2024. He didn't say I can win or I'm going to run. He said we can win, which means you go pick somebody else. So let me get all the money I can. He's having a personal finance problem, and it's about to hit too because of investigations. And so now they are extending an olive branch to a person they think this is so. Look here. It's funny, and I want to laugh, but it won't come out because Donald Trump stole and grifted and conned everybody his whole life. And I'm not a Republican whatsoever. So if you are, close your ears because I'm about to say something very unflattering. That's what I think they have done for a very long time. And it is so interesting that a con that everybody can see through is now stealing all y'all's money.
And they're left. Are they riding a bicycle on that card?
On the Knight of Cups, yes.
Yeah, so they're just scooting along a little bicycle because they won't even be able to afford a car.
All of these figures are taken in the slums. And so it's like now he has taken all your money for his own personal wealth, and this is how he will leave you.
Fragmented.
Like, what in the heck happened? What's going on? Let me look here. Well, let's look here. Well, I think it was that.
Yeah.
What about he's going to leave you in disarray? And I'm here for it because this is what you deserve, because this is what you keep putting out. And so this is what you're getting back. You've got Donald Trump, a person that you could have got rid of a long time ago, is now stealing all the RNC's money. So when the person does stand for re-election or for election in 2024, they ain't got nothing to stand on unless you can get all the big jagillionaires to come to that person's aid, but they ain't gonna have no RNC money because y'all gonna be in debt too.
Well, Johnny, didn't they pay off like all of his legal stuff when he was in office too?
Yeah.
But so he grifted off of them for 4 years, and now he's out of office and he's still grifting. And they're like, here you go. We're happy to go along with the grift. Take our money.
And how do you think he's gonna win when the first time he was trying to run for re-election in 2020,
Right.
that you cheated left, right, and sideways and still lost? And he's now going to cultivate another 4 years of bad reputation. You're going to get to 2024, and then we're going to say, well, he said this, this, and this, because the media is still up his behind. And then next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of stuff to use against him again, like you did the first time. And then you act like we forgot when, he said Mexicans was rapists is the first thing that flew out of his mouth. The wall Mexico's going to pay for it. Did build anything, and then we paid for that little piece of patch wall that he put up there. And then he stole all the money from the treasury, and then he put people's kids in the you think we forgot? And I mean, we're not even mentioning COVID, so this never mind even about that. It's still going to be happening in 2024.
Right.
Well, I
We're
think
supposed
it's because they know that their voters are extremely low information. They forget that the rest of the country does not watch Fox News.
That's a cute way to
we're
say
supposed to thank him because we've got vaccines. No, you cause over 500,000 deaths in the U.S. Thank you very much. We're not going to be thanking you for anything.
And told them to drink bleach and hydroxychloroquine.
And lied about how serious it was and everything.
Well, speaking of bleach and hydroxychloroquine, can we look at his health too?
There's a picture on Twitter, a recent one, and he looks so bad. No orange. His hair, instead of looking yellow like it usually does, looks like it's going grayish. His skin looks god awful. God awful.
Maybe he can't afford the spray cans anymore. He's so broke.
He can't afford anything to upkeep on his self. And then, of course, everybody's talking about how great he looks and how great he's doing, trying to cover up that this picture came out where he looks just awful.
He looks like himself without all his makeup.
He looks like he can't even afford to have what little hair he's got cut. It's all sticking out in the back.
It's the weirdest hairstyle. Looks like a helmet.
Looks like, yeah, it's like he's channeling his mom. Have you ever seen a picture of his mom?
I thought that was a joke when I first seen that.
No, honey, it's real.
What's her name? What was her name? Mary? What was her name? His mom.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think her name was Mary too.
Look at that. She was in like huffing the hairspray.
Yes.
She caught a buzz off of that.
It was everywhere. I mean, that hair didn't move.
It was big. Big.
Hey, yeah.
Poor thing.
Well, let's see. He's going through the adult diapers a lot more right now.
Oh, Lord.
Because I'm getting his colon cards. His bad
That's where I
back.
got the Knight of Swords right in the stomach there. Right there.
Still drug addiction, still drinking. His kidneys are screwed up. His back is screwed up. This is my colon card. His whole skeletal system is wonky.
Yeah.
But look at me. I'm the star. There's something too low in his blood system. Probably any vitamin at all, anything healthy. There's not enough in his blood. And then there's too much of other stuff because he's snorting. His back is really giving him a hard time right now. Really a hard time, and it's starting to affect his heart also. He's not good, but he's still snorting.
Thank you, Marie.
A lot of medication.
Marie, you can get a free phone number from Google and call them from there. That's how I set up my call-in show. You can get a free phone number and call them again.
Jade wants to see a birth certificate for that thing that lives on his head.
Thank you, Chacha.
We could do a natal chart on it. How long it lives.
What'd you get on?
I have he's got a lot of circulation problems. He's on a lot of medications, and the medications are altering, the side effects are making problems worse. His stomach is just a big mess. I mean, I can't imagine. I guess I can imagine. Also, some injuries, like he has trouble with his gait. Right?
Yeah, he had a bruise on his cheek in the photo.
Did he really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Did finally
Held down.
Did a Mitch McConnell and smacked his little head on the pavement.
Yeah. The brain is there's a balance. There's that wave feeling. And a lot of medication. He's got some intestinal stuff, huh? And weight gain here too, but yeah. He must have fallen. I didn't see the picture. I'd love to I'd like to get in there and see what's going on.
Maybe do a ovomancy on it.
Do something with that. I'm going to take a look at that.
What'd you get back?
I get constipation, then the rugs. constipation, then the runs. There's problems with his head.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's his brain, but the head. Well, I got the birds here too. So also something here, anything in the throat or what's that little thing right here that thyroid. Throat and thyroids, and then significant problems with his legs, I should say. But they're trying to make him look like he's the most healthiest, like freaking most energetic, most wonderful person ever. Like I'm the healthiest president in the next 6,000 years. No, this homeboy, he's got issues. He's got issues, big time. So, nope.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I got to copy and paste this. That's what I got to do. Okay. Okay. I get the same thing I always get. Heart, first off, his 3 of swords.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So damn cheeky. Maybe that's Melania stabbing him and walking away.
You said the other day, don't let him get too far ahead of you because she'll stab you in the back.
I get 2 of wands, so there is maybe a ventricle problem or some sort of pipe that leads one way and the other. I'll leave this out. I mean, he may be having some southern hemisphere problems too. I'll just say that. There is also something he needs corrected. Not that. I got the lovers and the ace of wands, so you draw your own conclusions out there. There is the death card and the 5 of wands. There is something he needs corrected that he is currently fighting them against. Like, I don't want to do that. Or
Yeah.
I don't have time to do that, or whatever the case may be.
Being a big baby.
Because everything in the body is connected. It's going to lead to complications if you do not. But that's what I always get for him. Is the same old, same old. Yeah.
I know.
So, Jesus. I will come back to him, okay? Because I'm going to be real cheeky, I think, on that one. So we will. Let's go to her. Lord have mercy. He don't know her name either. Laura Trump is involved in a charity, or there's a charity, and she was once doing some things with it. I won't say she's involved, like she works there or nothing like that, just to be fair. It's called the Big Dog Rescue Ranch, or Big Dog Ranch Rescue, something like that. And so they are supposed to be, taking care of rescue dogs and finding them homes and so forth and so forth. But this place has spent $1.8 million, say $2 million of donated money in Trump properties and things of that nature that had nothing to do with dogs. We'll just say it that way. So I want to look at recently involvement in the charity.
They just recently spent $250,000 at Mar-a-Lago.
What is her involvement with this charity? We'll look at her first, and I want to look at them and see if they're actually.
They advertise 100% of donations go to the dogs or animals, because they rescue also some other animals besides dogs. But they're traveling all over the world and stuff, and it's like you're misadvertising and trying to get people to sign up for monthly donations and stuff. So how are we asking it?
What is her involvement with the charity?
There is involvement with charity.
Is she just? I can't even give her an excuse. I don't know. What is her?
Eric Pace can't get near a charity anymore thanks to New York.
Right.
Supposed to.
Did she have a title in the charity, like founder or finance officer?
We'll see. I think personally, this is part of their campaign funds.
Yeah, in these little niche
It's like Trump took money to buy himself a portrait type thing.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's all about Trump. Putting her there. You get over there, get me some of that money. It's all centered around Trump. There was a plan to get in there, get active in this charity, create enough chaos that they can't see what you're doing, and the challenge is all this illumination coming out on it now. So they're doing these charity fundraisers, these parties and everything, but it's a betrayal. The money is getting shifted from somewhere else. And it looks like there are other Republicans involved with this charity as well. But she's gonna have to get off this charity. She's gonna have to resign from it because there's muddied news coming out. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Marie. What'd you get on?
The first card I got was this Nine of Cups. So this is in this deck, the Jazz deck. This is like bearing the treasure, or wrapping it up, wrapping things up for this guy. Okay, who's the King of Pentacles, holding the secret. So she knows what's going on, and she knew what happened, what she was doing. Truth comes out. And she's going to get busted. There's the Emperor. So there's the structure, the government. And there she is. Two of Pentacles. Balancing. She's going to have to show the books or something. She might have to show the books that she cooked.
What's your kid, Becca?
This charity is not pure. I got lilies, scythe, and cross. No, her involvement, there's her, is strictly financial for resources. That's what I get.
There is a King of Pentacles here, the first card I draw.
Yep.
And Four of Pentacles. I think this is as far as charity go, charity would be like the Six of Pentacles, which I also got. But in this in particular case, it is not money that is being dealt out. This is money that is being enclosed in a small group. So they may, buy a rescue dog here and there. And if you go to any, like we did for the K9 Companions charity stream we did, all of the streams and all of the websites tell you the same thing. It takes a long time to raise a rescue dog. It takes a long time to raise a service dog. It takes a long time to do these type of things. So it's like we can build money for 2-3 years and produce 2 dogs. And we have a track record of everybody else on websites that says it takes a long time to do this thing. So, we're not supposed to be turning out dogs every 3 days, even though these are rescue dogs, not service dogs, but you can still get some excuse together. And these in particular people are keeping this money within this group. Now, there is something here that she is going to have to pull away from that I was trying to be fair, but I think she is directly involved with these people. And Becca did a live stream a while back and said Eric Trump is still involved in some sort of charity, and I bet you his paws are in this too.
It says in an article I'm reading on the Huffington Post that she was chairwoman for the charity events since 2018. So she is directly involved with the charity. And Big Dog Ranch Rescue is based out of Florida. So, getting away with all kinds of stuff. And she's spending $225,000 there at Mar-a-Lago this weekend for a fundraiser. Like, what kind of dog rescue place spends that kind of money to fundraise? They don't have to
be at a resort.
Exactly. And Jason, the comments was saying, didn't they get banned from holding charities? And we were talking about that before we went live. And I think they did. It was Trump, Ivanka Jr., and Eric. Nowhere in that bar that band and it say Laura Trump.
Yeah. So now we're going to get banned from charities.
The list continues under Laura Trump.
So let's ask, will Laura get banned from charities?
I got the, it ends in the 2 of cups in the tower. So that kind of,
Yep.
so, but yeah, let's see. Will she now be
Banned from charities.
Now, mind you, this came from Letitia James. The
What?
band from, not Letitia, she's the band.
Oh, the
came
band.
from Letitia
Okay.
James. So Letitia James doesn't operate in Florida. You're going to have to get
Right.
somebody in Florida to pursue a case against the Trump.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So let's see, though. Will she be banned from charities like the rest of her clan? And this is the same woman who is running for what? Governor?
I think senator or something. I'm not sure.
She's talking about senator from North Carolina or
Yeah.
South Carolina or somewhere. One of the Carolinas.
That's what
Oops, I did it again. You're howling at the moon if you're ever going to be able to work in a charity again. Yep. Done, complete. It's got to change. No more collaborating.
Oh, yeah. Just send these all. Just round up all the Trumps, every single one of them, even the ones that look innocent because their name is Trump, so therefore they are J-holes. And just send them somewhere. Like
I'm going to start calling the bully card the grifter card. You know, it's bullying the money away to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
She gets severely burdened by a court somewhere, so somebody's going to take it up. So, Merrick Garland, look into that. It's one of many things.
it's probably why they're running it out of Florida, because if you're well connected and you're rich in Florida,
Right.
nobody's touching you. Not with the people that are in place over there.
If you're taking donations from all over the country, then you know what? The feds can get involved.
Mm-hmm. It'll have to go to the federal level because the state isn't going to lift a finger. That's their grift. They've set it up that way, and it works. You know. What did you get? Oh,
She's been dipping in the pockets for a long time.
ooh.
Right? Taken from the table. And she is, and the Knight of Swords comes right in between those two, going to get cut off. It's going to be, they're going to realize this. They're going to learn this. She's going to get in trouble. She's going to get that thing. The bottom of the deck was the death card. She'll get cut off.
Mm-hmm. Like the same thing. A younger woman gets cut off. When? I don't know.
Eric's going to have to come up with some other way to raise money to buy his paste.
There's thieving and the 2 of Pentacles, first 2 cards. Will she be banned? There is a yes, but they're going to find some other little
Right.
And I still think it may have something to do with charity or something to where, kind of like the RNC, where people can pay in. They don't have to disclose who they are, and it just goes in a mystery box.
Yeah.
Maybe like a new inauguration, or maybe they'll have an inauguration every year, and then people can donate to it or whatever. But
what is that called when you have that sort of ghost company in the front, but you're laundering in the back? So if this fails, there'll be another opportunity for another sort of
Shell company. Yeah.
It's a shell company. Yeah.
exactly. So
So-
this is the pattern.
Let's look at Big Dog Ranch, just outside of Trump's. Just look at them and see, are they on the up and up, allegedly? And see what kind of business dealings are they up to.
Yeah, there's so many ranches in Florida, right, Johnny? That's where you go to set up a ranch.
That's where I would go, first thing. Let's go to the swamps and build a ranch.
That siren I just heard on one of your old things is very apropos. They've got like law coming in. They're already being watched.
Mm-hmm.
There's towers on them already. There's something that it's set up to look like it's a family charity thing, but they're already being watched because that's a cover up. That's not what they are. I get the laws already like sitting ready to pounce on them. They're getting too much attention because of their connections to Laura and the Trumps. And they're looking at where their gifts of money come from and where they go, who's in charge. They're looking at all the parties, all the fundraising, and they are looking at Laura Trump, who is getting a little bit anxious now. Yeah, they're not a real charity. They betray. It's a cover up. They're probably, if they rescue a dog, feeding it to gators, that kind of thing, because Trump doesn't even have a dog, right? I mean, none of them have pets. Dog lover, my ass.
Oh no. I know. I feel bad for the dogs. Actually, you're right. Like it's just a front. Like they might get, they're okay, but they're getting treated like shit. That's the first card. Is big dog ranch even? No, it's not. They're pointing you, and they're 5 of Wands. They're being defensive. There's stuff coming in. This is the last card. It's the 6 of Swords. It's just, and everything is trying to mask and cover up and blur lines, and then it's over. Then the dogs are. It's over.
What you get back?
So I asked if the organization itself is, a good organization. Like, is it an honest organization?
Mm-hmm.
Coffin, man, and bouquet. So I would say yes, but there's a man here that has something he wants to keep closed. Because there's closure here, something that's closed off and ending, and then this man, and then gifts. So I'll just leave it there.
There is currently a new horizon with the 8 of Cups that they are trying to get to, possibly because of all of this really strong attention that is being put on them right now. This is not something that they more than likely planned on. The 7 of Cups, however, there is also going to be a lot of information that is coming out about the charity. So what kind of information? I got big giant money here with the 10 of Pentacles, the and the Judgment. So over time, there may be automatic debits, or there may be gigantic payments, not $1,000, not even like we're talking 25,000, every 2 days or whatever the case may be. But there's multiple payments and big giant payments coming in periodically, or not periodic, but regularly. There's also the Thief card. Somebody is stealing something.
Yep.
And it is with that 4 of Pentacles in a small group of people. So let's say, for instance, you gave $1,000 to the Big Dog Ranch or whatever it's called. And there's a person in the back with this intention. They keep 600 and 400 goes out to the Florins and the people who actually work there. They think, oh, we just got a $400 donation. And so let's see what we can do with this $400 donation. Meanwhile, back in the back, there's $600 in somebody's pocket so that they can go travel the world and go to Mar-a-Lago. What do you need to go to a golf resort for when you're raising money for dogs?
Right.
Go to a dog park. That's a good place to start, at least. But whoever these people are keeping a chunk of the money. There is some manipulation too that is also going to be exposed. So this is more likely the laws and all that. So yeah, I wouldn't give them money. I'll just say that.
Here's something. I mean, the Trumps are really stupid, dude. If you all want to just grift and not get in trouble, just start a church. Just start a church.
Mm-hmm.
People would show up.
Tax-free, nothing. I mean, you can cook the books all you want. That's the biggest grift ever. Start a church.
Mm-hmm. And John Oliver showed you how easy it is to do.
Yeah.
He said you don't even have to meet every Sunday. You can meet once a month.
You know, you could apply for a tax ID number and call yourself a church and have no employees and never expect an employee. For $245, they'll decide whether you're a church or not, and you have a tax ID number, and you don't have to pay for taxes on anything.
Just take all their money and not pay taxes.
Well, speaking of taxes, why is Cy Van stepping down now?
Oh.
He said, according to him, that he doesn't believe in, I guess, politicians that hold jobs forever and ever and ever. You should know when to walk away. He also said that this job was harder than he thought it was going to be. That was his statement he released anyway. So let's see what these cards say, though. Why is he stepping down now? Well, at the end of the year, he will not seek re-election.
Yeah.
Why is he stepping down? Why is he quitting? Biggest case of your life is on the way. It's underway. Got 1 million documents to look through.
You won your Supreme Court case.
I wonder what you get.
There's a plan in action. Here's he's cutting off. This was the first card. He's leaving this partnership with somebody, and there's some kind of campaign. There's some kind of campaign going on. And then we've got partnerships. We've got two of wands, page of cups, 2 of swords. And the last card was the ace of cups. So there's like a strategy for a plan to do something different, something bigger. Is he going to run for something else, or I don't know.
What'd you get, Becca?
I get that there's difficulty keeping an oath. And he wants to leave with his celebrity and reputation intact. There's the promise, there's the arguing and fighting and difficulties and pain, and then there's the suffering. Ring and cross I tend to read as an oath. There's some sort of conflict with an oath here, and he wants to leave with his celebrity and his reputation, his fame intact, or something maybe coming to light. And I do remember that whole story with Cy Vance taking money from the lawyers from the Trump kids for Trump's Soho and then dropped the case. And then when it got found out, he returned the money. there was some sort of conflict of interest or a difficulty here keeping an oath. That's what I'm getting, unless I'm misreading this. So
I'm getting there's some kind of treachery too, some kind of lie or something, like trying to cover something up. He sees, right, he's showing up as the King of Pentacles, and he has planted seeds that are getting ready to harvest in abundance with this court case with Trump. But there's something a little bit wonky that's going to surprise everybody. And I feel like he wants to get, because there's such an abundance of court cases that are going to come out of this, he wants to get someone in there from the support team to run it, because it's going to take a while. But I get, it's dark night of the soul for him. He's nervous about something that's coming out. And I get there's a woman that's going to take over for him. He's like trying to protect himself and trying to get someone else in place. It's like sudden, cut off.
Yeah.
And it has to do with money.
I get both of what y'all got. I get he is completed here and wants to move on and do something else, with the 2 of Cups and the World card. I get the 8 of Wands as well and the 3 of Wands as well. I get the Ace of Cups as well. So he wants to go and do something else. This is a speaking job, so he will possibly be still in the public. But there is also a running from the past and the future. There's also investigations into money. I think he wants to get out of this Trump thing, because this is the thing that just kind of started with the Empress card, the brand new. This is what he's going to be locked in for this entire year too, with the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. So he wants to remove himself from that, because I think, like Becca said, there is a conflict of interest. But he also, at the same time, wants to just go do something else. So it's not like he's going to go and retire. He's just going to go and do other things. So I think, he wants something else to do. And at the same time, he wants to get away from his conflict of interest, as the devil is on the bottom.
Something a little bit corrupt in there.
I'm wondering if this is. Oh no, he's not looking at. He's not looking at the governor. That's only Letitia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's see.
Bubbies.
Yeah, Bubbies is hanging out over here. He'll
So-
be banging the door to get out here in a little bit. You're like, okay, time to leave.
Earlier today, good Lord, the Way of Positive Change and Red Lentil Healing did a live stream where they talked about Sergeant Marcus Flower. He is now going to be running against Marjorie Taylor Greene. So what will he face in running against Marjorie Taylor Greene? Won't ask if he's going to win, but what will he face? Because the last person to run against her faced personal attacks upon themselves and their family. So what kind of things would he face?
What is his name, Donnie?
Sergeant Marcus Flowers.
Okay, thank you.
He is a Democrat, yes. Happy birthday, greeter TK.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Want to go out now? Now you want to go out?
What'd you get, Ona?
Well, I used the Bosch deck again.
Uh-oh.
So I got that it could be a sinking ship. The Skates he's on thin ice and doesn't really have a lot of direction. Gossip and fake news and just crapping out details about garbage that doesn't matter from the mistress of terror. Look at her. And then I get the flower pusher again at the end. I'm telling that's what he faces. He faces her just, all the verbal, all the crap that she's gonna malign his character, right? And say he's horrible, and she's just got that bad hair.
I just see her following him like a bad girl in school, just following and jabbering like she did. What's his name from Parkland School? Just David Hogue, like just following and badgering. So just creating constant anxiety. So he tries to lay low from her, but he's got steady support from people all over America who are not accepting of her. And that kind of like steels him, STEELL, like gives him some resolve because the money pours in and the votes pour in and he's able to stand in his own power. But once he gets all the votes, then she's back, like, oh, there's fraud in the election, stirring all that up. And then launching a new plan of attack and everything and making them recount and trying to say they manipulated the vote. So it's just going to be a constant barrage of
What a bunch of caca. So
there's going to be fraud. I smell pencils.
Pencils?
There's going to be writing fraud, write in something.
Here's him. He's going to be facing the Quackanoners, people that are naive, confused, and send out false messaging or false reports. There may be false messages and reports against him as well, like slander or the Quackanon rumor mill. Oh, he was wearing khaki pants tonight. He's a child molester that eats children and sacrifices them to the crazies, the crazies. That's going to be the challenge, is undoing the gaslighting and the false messages, the false reports.
Right. The press, the bad press. I could smell the pencils, like they're fudging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I get there is some initial celebration for me here with the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. This is going to be tied to his service.
That's good.
So I asked, before I even pulled the cards, I'm thinking to myself, would they even attack a person who's been in the service? Because, the Republicans and even the red meat, raw meat eating, mouth breathing, knuckle dragging Republicans are supposed to like the police and the army, and then of course Spirit has to chime in. Where have you been the past 4 years? So yes, of course they will, because that's exactly what I got here too.
January 6th, they attacked the police.
Mm-hmm.
That he may have been erratic, that he may have been he doesn't have the mental fortitude, even though he's an Army veteran, to be senator, I guess. If she can do it, a pile of spit can do it. So
Right.
The 6 of Swords is here. He does progress past her attacks because, again, his service is going to be highlighted by those around him. I think he also has a lot of support of companies as well. Like there might be some, Costco and blah, 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 all these type of people that will come in and uplift his name because of his service and things of that nature, especially around things like Veterans Day or whatever the case may be, to where they can use that to gain publicity, support, blah, blah, blah. She is going to be coming out with her own messages here. They kind of fall short because she is not coherent at the time.
Yeah.
There's something about her message that becomes small. It is it's infant. It's small. It's like, rockabye baby in the treetop type of thing. There is, however, here some like voter suppression, something you can do to try to get the people to not support him. There's going to be some of that type of thing here, but he does have some breakthroughs into everything that they try to push up against him. This is going to be another one of those down to the wire type things too. And so he's going to gain some support, but they do have to worry about voter suppression and things like, because he is running for the Senate, right? So you only get 2 of them. So it's not, she's in the House, isn't she?
Yeah.
So there he has to worry about gerrymandering a lot then. And so that's the thing that they really need to be focusing on too. So he's going to need a very, very savvy campaign staff, because you're going to have to worry about your gerrymandering and where the lines are. And this person can't vote for you because they're on this side of the line and so forth.
Right.
I can't.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's getting herself in trouble too, because you know how she got kicked off of the committee, right, for education or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's not on any committees now. But remember that tweet she said? She's like, "Oh, this is going to be fun," Well, what she's been doing is there's this one rule in the House, and I forget what the rule is, but it has to do with how they vote, and she keeps abusing that rule, and it's pissing off to delay stuff. Like every time it could be a vote on let's wear blue shirts on Friday, and she hits the button. Like there's that one thing she keeps doing over and over and over again, and like it's pissing off a lot of the Republicans too, that she keeps abusing that tiny little bit of power that she has to, I'm like, you're about to get kicked out, homegirl. Like,
to just be annoying. She's just annoying. She's a little childish, annoying twit.
That's all the reason she's there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of twits, Mike Flynn is now under investigation by the Army.
Mhm.
What shall come of this investigation? Anything? Nothing? Old story in 7 days?
The DOJ handed him all their documentation, and they're reviewing it and now investigating.
what was the question, Johnny?
Flynn.
Mike Flynn is under investigation. What comes of it? Is nothing? Is it going to be a whole case in 7 days? So our last question, we're not there yet, but our last question will be Jared Kushner's book, because my spirits are laughing at the moment. So every time I've passed the question twice because I think I was going to be very cheeky, to say the least.
What's it mean for Mike Flynn? It's gonna hurt.
Now, as a general, okay, I don't know nothing about the service. They called me when I was 18 and told me I was too fat, so I've never been in the Army. So I don't know anything about it. But as a general, you have a medal of some sort, I would assume. Can they take those medals away?
They can strip you of everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Then it makes sense when I got them.
To my understanding now, mind you, I only know Navy and Marine Corps because I served in the Navy. So all the other branches, I have no idea. But to my understanding is, even if you're retired, as an officer, they can reinstate you, drag your ass back in for a court martial, trial you, strip you of everything, and then kick you out with a dishonorable discharge. But they have to call you back in first. So that's my understanding.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What you get on it?
You know what I really logged into is this card has been coming up all night. It's the Page of Cups. It's all about surprises. Has that surprise card been coming up all night? There's like something that's going to happen, a reflection of something he did. There's something that's upside down, right? This was 2 of Pentacles reversed. So like you said, maybe they'll reverse something to charge him, reverse the discharge to charge him, because that's what comes up next here for 5 of Cups.
And I think that rule only applies to former officers. I don't think it applies to regular enlisted, because he was high up there. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, he was like 3-star general, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame. How do you work your whole life in service to throw it away for?
And then turn around and become a traitor.
Yeah, it's like he was the emissary that went back and forth to all these foreign leaders. They've got something they're going to come in very quickly to charge him with. They've got all the illumination on it that they need from the DOJ here, because I've got justice up on top. They've got everything they need, and it's a strong case. So they're committed to this as a group. I feel like they're going to go in together, and bring some sort of charge. It's a big crash for Flynn, but I'm getting they offer him something, and that's what's throwing me. They offer him something like to try to get save a little bit of face or something, but there's a manipulation going on. I still get it's ending. It's treachery, it's treason, it's corrupt, and he doesn't come out of this.
They tell him you can leave out the back door to save face. That's
I just feel like there's something they try to do to save face a little bit for him, and then it's like, no, go.
What you get, Becca?
I got Crossroads, my snake mountain tree. This does an envelope for him. They block him. It's like he's done because they're stealing the elections and lying about it. That caused a huge problem. He was also quite possibly involved in several decisions that he made where there was crap tons of treachery and thievery. It's a betrayal. Central to the reading, he's seen as a traitor, a betrayer. So they block him. Like, he's done, kaput, bad. Like, I don't see jail. I don't see any of that stuff. I just see him being in a world of poop, and then he's blocked. Blocked from something that he may have earned for the rest of his life here.
Like pension and...
And I thought maybe, I'm influencing the cards because we had a conversation prior to this about what can they do to him, and that's everything I see. So I'm like, maybe I influenced, because whatever it is he's holding on to, this is something that is his, though, like you said, forever. So he doesn't have to let this go. But I get his medals here. Something he's earned over time is not just his medals, but his respect, his pension, his everything, that which he worked for, that which he desired, which if you are climbing the ranks of the military, then it's now become a career. And so once you become a general, that's a big freaking deal. And so this was a very big deal to him, but all of that is now going to undergo a huge transformation with the death card. There is going to be a recall or a call back of some sort, like, hey, come back, let's have a conversation about your gifts and things of that nature. And again, it all centers back in on that too is going to undergo a huge transformation. So yeah, he's about to lose everything.
And it's funny too, him and his entire family, I saw it on the Rachel Maddow show, I think it was Friday. Him and his entire family did a video in the backyard taking the Quackanon oath.
Yeah, or the Oath Creepers oath or whatever.
It was the Quackanon oath. Him and his entire family was out there. Like, that goes against everything that you ever said you would do when you joined the military, period.
And then there's his brother at the Pentagon that's going to get investigated too. It's like that family is deranged.
Mm-hmm.
How's it worth it?
Right.
What do you get out of that?
A few $1 million from Turkey and Russia.
Because the Quackanons, that's a fad. Just like the Tea Party and everything, that's going to be gone in 2-3 years. What are you getting out of this? You spent half your life in the military just to give it up for these crazy people?
Mm-hmm.
And are they going to support you when they take away everything? Are you going to get your welfare check from the Quackanons?
Watch him run in 2024.
He's going to go work for a dog rescue ranch.
Might go to Big Dog Rescue.
Well, speaking of big dog, little dog, Jared Kushner's going to write a book.
What do we want to know?
I'm trying to phrase this to where it's not completely mean. You know what? This is my channel. If you don't like it, go somewhere else, please. Jared Kushner's going to write a book. What kind of book? He said it's going to be a memoir, a tell-all, like his days in the White House. But what are we talking about?
Yeah, because he's so old, you know.
Yeah.
What's experience? 4 years as a first-time ever in government service, these people have delusions of grandeur, I swear to God.
Unbelievable. Like, we want to hear what you have to say about nothing.
Yeah.
So what is the book going to be about?
Yes. I mean, is it going to be about, his peace deal that he struck in the Middle East? Is it going to be full of stitch witchery patterns? Is it going to be full of tips and tricks on how to, let me hush. What is it going to be?
I would love to know how he has his where he gets his eyebrows groomed, because they are stunning.
And even his face, dude, I am convinced he has his face waxed because it's as smooth as a baby's butt.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he gets his face waxed.
I mean, I have more chin hairs than he does. I know.
I have a bigger mustache than
you right here. Like a barbecue brush.
Ivanka has a bigger everything than he does. I'm like, first of all, they don't need to take pictures side by side because it just magnifies how little you are. Just I can't.
He looks androgynous, man. Like,
yeah, there is that element to him.
Okay, I'm gonna be
absolutely.
I'm gonna be a total ass when I read my cards. I'm just gonna let you all know.
You go right ahead.
So I asked, what is this book gonna be about? I got bouquet, storks. What is this? Bear, man, heart, fox, and crossword. I'm going to say his book is going to be about grooming and making yourself pretty, how to strut your stuff and dress for success here when you're the manager. Okay. It's going to be a book about how to give yourself manicures and pedicures and style your own hair and how to dress professionally and groom your eyebrows so that you look very presentable because you're the boss, and how it will help you, at work. And the decisions that are made, because it's all about presentation, not so much about substance, just presentation. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm being a schmuck.
What you get, Ona?
I get that he's already gotten an advance on it. That this might be another one of those like shell things where it's part of a strategy to pump up Donnie, right? To get the family to, this is one of those mental health things where they start to implant how wonderful the family is so they can continue on their, this is a burden. This is like, he's not going to get anywhere. So they can continue on their, progressive path of being in power. Like it'll be like a book of just a bunch of crap about how nice, how wonderful his father-in-law is and junk like that.
Yeah, I get they're going to talk about, he'll talk about his victory overseas, definitely. But then he's going to start slamming the transition team, like for Biden, in the courts, because the election was stolen from Trump, purely for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube, we know it wasn't stolen. How things were changed and everything. But he's going to talk about all the strong work he did and how he loved it and was committed to it and committed to Trump. He's going to talk about all the investigations, how that changed so much, took energy away and how treacherous that was. And he's going to talk about the imbalances in the government, how treacherous that can be, and how they tried to drain the swamp, to put an end to the swamp animals. But I had the loser card on the bottom, and I think he's just going to come off as this washed up loser in the whole thing.
Well, what else can you do?
Yeah,
it's like he's trying to show strength, and he just ends up turning up like Trump. You lost, dude. Get over it.
So first of all, let me say this. Don't leave me no comment about, oh, y'all shouldn't do that, and oh, you shouldn't do that. This is my channel. Not you. Go find somewhere else to be. First thing he's going to discuss is the benefits of water and how to clear up your skin.
I want the recipe.
How to clear your skin of acne and childhood eczema. And then we're going to talk about, after you clear your skin, how to look better in the mirror, how to have a better reflection so that you can be a pretty woman.
I may ask if he's trans. I think
so that you can be a pretty girl.
He would be.
Is he going to talk about his dress wardrobe?
All in the face. We're talking about the face here. It's all in the face. That's how you lead in the world, by being.
That guy. How old is Jared Kushner?
Has to be at least 17, 18.
That's how old he looks. I don't know if he goes to the same plastic surgeon his wife and his mother-in-law goes to. But not a wrinkle on his face, not a hair on his face, perfectly manicured brows. It's like you spend way too much money primping on yourself, dude. Like you
drains the energy and souls of his children. That's what
he's 40 years old.
Yeah.
He's only 40.
16, but he's a Capricorn too, and they say that that's the thing about Capricorns. They may look older when they're younger, but they look younger when they're older. But
I'm a Capricorn.
Earth sign woman, there you go, it's right there.
Yeah, Earth sign woman. Jared, come out the closet. We ain't gonna judge you, okay?
You do you, boo. We should all be so lucky. Well, thank you, Ona, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, and thank you guys for your comments and everything. I try to look a little bit. You guys are so awesome. You're so awesome.
Thank y'all for joining us. Instead of watching the Grammys, you're watching us, or maybe you're doing both. I don't know. Is it the Grammys or the Oscars? It's somebody.
Grammys are on. I don't have it on.
Here we are. So, so y'all have a good night. We will see y'all next week on Jen's channel. Thank you, Marie, once again, secretly. He might have been on the drag race. We never know. Oh Lord, maybe he should share his makeup tips with Donald Trump so he don't take bad pictures no more.
I know.
You have to present well in public now.
And tell him about his skin secrets, man. Because you ever see Donald Trump, even with all that orange makeup, it highlights all the stuff.
Everywhere.
It's all uneven because he's had surgery on his nose from blowing out so much cocaine in the 80s.
Teach them how to be a pretty girl.
There you go.
Thank y'all.
And go get him a dog. Go rescue him a dog.
Bye-bye.